All right, guys, before I jump into the video, I do want you to hit that subscribe button if you are not subscribed already. I am trying to hit 6,000 subscribers before the end of the year. So if you've been enjoying the Grand Cross content, or if you keep coming back to the videos and you aren't subscribed, do me a solid and do the community a solid and hit that subscribe button. Yeah, hopefully you guys can help me reach my goal. Also, be sure to like the video. Let's shoot for, let's say 15 likes. Let's go for 15 likes on this video, guys. I appreciate all the love and support that you guys been showing me recently. Love you all. All right, let's hop in. So you're looking at the strongest team in Grand Cross right now. So this is probably, well, at least one of the strongest teams. I don't want to go too crazy, but one of the strongest teams in Grand Cross. And a lot of it is actually due to the collab characters because of the fact that they do add a layer of power to the team overall. Now, I know a lot of people are like, well, collab characters only come every once in a while, and when they do get here, you have to summon on the banner because you don't know when they'll come back or if they'll come back. And I do agree. I agree, absolutely. However, that does not take away from the fact that they are still on the human team. Now, let's go ahead and let's go through some of these units because it's just crazy. So not only is the human team very strong in PvP, it's very strong in PvE too. Right now, you could argue human is actually the best PvE team. Now, again, it is in competition with 7 Deadly Sins. I don't know if I would agree if 7 Deadly Sins is the best PvP team. I can say, or PvE team, I'm sorry, PvE team. I will say though, it might be the best team to help you progress fast. Maybe, I don't know. It gets mushy when you're talking about that kind of stuff. But anyway, let's look at some of the units here. So obviously, you know, we have Female Bond, a great addition to the team. Super powerful, super strong, just an absolute monster of a unit. With the damage decrease here, I really like the damage decrease on passive skills. I really like it. The Craven effect, which blocks infect cards, super valuable, super valuable. You have the HP related stats. Of course, you guys know when she gets duped, she starts healing the team immediately, which this is crazy during the enemy's turn. That's crazy. So yeah, she heals when she's duped. Very, very powerful effect here when she uses basically when she uses a Craven skill on enemy with Mark of Craven, so her single target, she's always going to go into stealth mode, and then she's always going to apply this debuff as long as she is able to steal an orb. If she doesn't steal an orb, you don't get any of this effect, and you're susceptible to a lot of damage. So just keep that in mind. She does have to steal an orb for it to count. Still very powerful. Then she has this effect here too, which is absolutely bonkers because she can increase basic stats of allies by another 50% potentially. Depending on how many orbs you're stealing from the enemy team, you're able to increase the basic stats by another 50%. At the moment, I think she is the highest basic stat increase unit in the game. I think. I could be wrong. But I don't know if there's another unit that does. What is she doing? 65% basic stat increase at max. That is like, I don't even know. Like, just so crazy. It is possible other units do have basic stat increases right through their skills. So, you know, when talking about that, it could get messy. However, on paper, I don't know if there's another unit that does this. Like, it's crazy. She's so ridiculously strong. It's not even funny. But again, she applies this Mark of Craven, which, you know, reduces damage taken and then also increases damage dealt on the enemy. Very, very strong. She does this AoE ultimate with Mark of Craven. So on her ultimate, you do apply this Mark of Craven on all enemies, and they're gray debuffs too. So keep that in mind. So yeah, Mark of Craven AoE ult is very, very powerful. Damage dealt minus 70%, and then the extra damage taken, again, very, very good. The stealth is very underrated too, because that means she can't get targeted. So this might not be the craziest in PvP. Maybe. I think that's still very good. I don't know if it's like the craziest though. In PvE though, this is wild to have. Like, this is actually super, super good to have in PvE, because this basically means as long as she's able to steal an orb, they will never be able to directly attack her ever, like ever. So it lowers the chances of you losing. If right, it does lower the chances of you losing because she applies this mark of Craven, and then also, you know, she's in her stealth mode, so she can't get targeted. It's good. It's a good little combo she has there. Okay, all right. I was glazing female Bond for a little bit there, but you do have really good other options. LR Roxy, you guys already know she's super strong. AoE ult or AoE skill right here. This does a really crazy amount of damage, by the way. So her AoE skill does a super good amount of damage. Her single target on rank 2 removes buffs. Very powerful. Here she can't even be debuffed when she has lunacy up. So that's a very powerful effect. She also can't be buffed. However, I would prefer her not being debuffed, right? I would prefer it. So if I do have to take a hit for not being able to be buffed, I'll do it. Very good though, very good. Defense related stat decrease, very nice when she dies. The corrosion's good too. I don't want to take that away, but the defense by 30%, very strong. So good unit, good farming unit. Just overall one of the strongest, like basically one of the strongest units ever in Grand Cross history. And I'm not saying that to be funny. She's very good. LR Escanor, I kind of come down from LR Escanor a little bit, like just a little bit. Not anything crazy. However, there are just too many units that can fulfill what Escanor does. I will say he is still one of the strongest units in the game. PvP wise, he kind of does get cucked. So, you know, PvP wise, he's fallen off. I don't want to say a lot, but it does feel like it. It does. As far as like PvE, like overall content, it's still a monster. Just still a monster. Single target, remove buffs, remove stance. He fills up his ultimate gauge with this on rank 2 and 3. He's very strong offensively, applying these eternal flames. You have to run him on like humans or 7 deadly sins. So that's kind of what he's restricted to. And then another thing that does really suck about him, I don't want to say suck about him, but one of the things that hurts this unit is the fact that you have to worry about the secondary slot. That is one of the things that does hurt units like that, when you have to worry about the second slot, because sometimes there are units that work in the back and you want to run them. However, if they're not an applicable ally, it messes with the unit in the front. So that's the only thing I would say about Escanor that I don't like when I'm trying to build, like maybe I'm trying to run a CC unit in the back, but if they're not human or 7 deadly sins, then it's just GG's at that point, right? Just straight up GG's. But yeah, still a very good unit, very strong, can't be debuffed or buffed when he's at max ultimate move gauge. Each eternal flame, this is something that I think goes underrated too. It inflicts damage equal to 5% of Escanor's max HP. I think that's pretty good. And he's also increasing his attack related stats. So a good unit, very strong overall unit. We'll say PvP kind of went down, but PvE, very good. Also Gojo Bond, of course we can't go nowhere without talking about Gojo Bond, my GOAT, my king. He is very good. Basically just because of his extort, but he does give damage reduction in his passive too. He is increasing basic stats by 7%. This is a little higher than what we normally see. Normally we see basic stats go up by 5%. So I will take that for sure. He works with 3 types of teams: humans, fairies, and 7 deadly sins. Nice that he has 3 instead of the normal 2. Fairies is weird. I'm not gonna lie. Fairies is a little weird that he worked, but probably like Lancelot, Elaine, you know, right? Yeah, good. Just a overall good unit. Lowering HP related stats here. He also lowers HP related stats right here too. So good unit. Very strong. Who else do we want to talk about? Obviously, LR, Beatrice, and Subaru, very good. They give out the Team Protector mechanic where they give, where is it at? Oh, Beacon of Life. So Beacon of Life, they don't fall below 1 HP. I call it Beacon of Life, like overall. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not called Beacon of Life when they revive, but I just call it that. So I'm going to continue to do that. If it confuses you guys, I'm sorry. But anyway, so yeah, Beacon of Life, they apply to themselves, but then they revive an ally. So it's really strong, like a really strong effect, especially with the Gachiaka characters. Gachiaka characters, they have a second life. It's really shitty. I'm not gonna lie, it's really shitty, their second life mechanic. But if you pair it with Beatrice and Subaru, it's actually not that bad, right? If you pair it with LR, Beatrice, and Subaru, it's not the worst in the world. However, that requires you to actually have Subaru and Beatrice. So yeah, but anyway, I don't know if I necessarily like the Gachiaka units like second life. They have it, so it's by default going to be better than not having one. It just lowers their recovery rate by too much, so they can't heal off of like nothing. Like they literally can't heal from nothing. So I don't really like it as much as I do Beatrice and Subaru's, but that makes sense because they're an LR. Speaking of the Gachiaka characters, I mean obviously they're on here as well, so you have them to run. I don't like Rudo as much, but you can still use him. I'm not a huge fan of him, but you can definitely still run him. Engine and Rio are definitely the star characters of the Gachiaka collab. I do think Rio is probably, well, no, she is the best unit from that batch. She definitely is. Rio is going to be good everywhere and overall just a strong character because of the fact that this survival instinct makes you take 0% it basically makes you take no crit damage, right? You don't take any crit damage as long as she has the survival instinct up, which is very powerful, and I feel like it goes unnoticed sometimes, but yeah, very powerful, increasing the HP related stats. Then she increases pierce rate, this is really good too, because Nemesis Melee, I think it's just Nemesis Melee, lowers will actually lower your pierce rate. So this can actually counteract Meliodas' pierce rate lower, which I really do like. I do like that. I like that a lot. And if she is able to remove a stance with her single target, she depletes an ultimate move gauge orb. So super good PvP unit. PvE wise, again, gonna be very powerful too because of everything I just said. Also, this single target does a lot of damage. It does a lot of damage. The AoE does as well. Very strong option for Ratatosker. You do want to make sure that if you're using Rio though, you do want to make sure she's only being ran with humans. That is the only way she will work. It's not even like you can mix and match. It is literally humans. You have to use her with humans. So yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, she's a star out of the Gachiaka collab. We got Priscilla. Priscilla's very good because of the buff card, removing debuffs. She also applies, you know, extraordinary luck to allies, which is good because it's a damage suppression. Plus, it's a stat decrease immunity, which is good. Yeah, very strong, very strong. Cancels, removes buffs and cancels stances from enemies. Not bad at all. You have Nasiens, who's also very strong. Nas is a super good unit, very powerful. Don't know why it looks like that. It's a little shorter than I thought the passive actually was. But anyway, doubling up on basic stats, very nice. Attack related stats increase in here. Where is it at? I know it's he. Yeah, right there. I was gonna say, I know he does. So every time he removes the toxin from himself, he increases attack related stats by 10%. I like that. I'm a huge fan of that. But yeah, overall, human team is super strong. There are so many options you could run on this team. It's not even funny. You have LR Reinhardt here, who I'm not a big fan of, but you could still run him. Green Escanor could be a super good unit for Belmoth yet. Who else is good that I might not have leveled up? Okay, the lower, like once you start getting down, it starts, you know, it's cherry picking at that point. But yeah, I would say starting from like right, there's LR Brunhild too, by the way. Starting from like right here. LR Hauser could be used for farming. Blue Thonar for the dogs, for a demonic beast. Even Taizo can be used in the back for support. Really strong team. Valenti for Ratatosker. Who else am I missing? My Escanor and Merlin, of course. I don't even really have to talk about them. Unique AoE, restricts recovery, recovery, very strong skill set. Overall, human team is one of the strongest teams in Grand Cross. It's either number 1 or number 2. It depends on how you look at it. Either way, guys, I'm gonna wrap up. This will be your boy Dev signing out. Let me know what you think about the human team. I hope you all have a beautiful and blessed rest of your day.